Go
ahead. My name Chelsie, like alcoholic. Um, we'll see how this goes. Usually, when I just talk about my drinking, I spend 90% of the time on my life while I was drinking, and only 10% on my life after I got sober. And I think you're supposed to do it the other way around. So we'll see if I can get that done. So first off, my story starts on my birthday. I think everyone could say their story starts with their birthday. However, something happened at my birth that set the course of my life. During my birth, my mom puts at the door, and I was without oxygen for the first few minutes of my life. This caused brain damage, and I was diagnosed with cerebral palsy. I was diagnosed with cerebral palsy. Cerebral palsy just means the person had brain damage that occurred during the first few years of life. Cerebral palsy can affect people all different ways, from a slight limp to a person being 100% dependent for everything. It just depends on where the brain damage occurs. I like to say it's a crapshoot. About 50% of people with CP have an intellectual disability. But fortunately, I do not have any intellectual disability of any kind, not even a learning disability. I had a pretty normal childhood. I was the only student with a physical disability in my entire town. I'm sure that affected me somewhat, but it wasn't something I consciously thought about. I've heard some people who said it bothered them that there wasn't anyone like them in their school. But for me, it wasn't something I dwelled on. During this time, I was fiercely independent. I hated the word disability, and I thought disability awareness Well, I graduated with a 3.8 GPA. I thought big things were on the horizon. I thought definitely I would get a job. It didn't even cross my mind that I might not get a job. At this point in my life, I embrace disability, but in my mind, I was different than all those other disabled people. I think like 30% of disabled people have a job, so the odds are real good. But in my mind, I thought I was going to get a job because I thought whatever I couldn't do because of my disability, I would make up with my smarts. I mean, that's what always happens. So I just thought that that would happen with the job. I went to grad school in Chicago. Unfortunately, grad school didn't go too well. My mental health really caught up with me, and I had to drop out of school without finishing my degree. This was a huge blow for me because it was the first time in my life I failed at something. However, I was still confident that I would get a job. I applied to over 200 jobs and I only got 2 interviews, and those were pretty much over once they saw I had a disability. So I was feeling pretty low at the time. At this point, you're probably wondering about my drinking. I gave you my backstory because I honestly believe my drinking was caused by my failure at grad school and my subsequent inability to get a job. It just became easier to be drunk all the time rather than face life as someone who couldn't work. I mean, I was always taught that people who didn't work were lazy. So I figured I must be lazy. I just couldn't admit that I was too disabled to work. I started drinking around 2016. I specifically remember this because my friend and I got in a fight, and I was heartbroken because he got a girlfriend, and I thought we were a de facto couple. So I was really heartbroken broken. This friend was my drinking buddy, and I thought, well, if you were going to hang out with her, I'm going to drink. Up to that point in my life, I never drank alone. Once I gave gave myself permission to drink alone, it was all over. I remember the first time I thought I might have a problem. I had thrown up all over myself, and I took all my clothes off, and before I could put new clothes on, I passed out. I woke up naked with my head by a heater, and I looked at my cap and I said, Lisa, I think we might be in trouble. I knew I was in trouble, but I continued to drink. At that time, I was always drunk from the moment I woke up till the moment I passed out. For me, the consequence